What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video, and I wasn't planning on making a video tonight, but that's the beauty of YouTube. That's the beauty of this channel, is that I can just react to anything that's going on, and we did just get the NBA playoffs to kick off today, and my goodness, what a instant classic we were treated to tonight. The Sacramento Kings take a 1-0 series lead over the Golden State Warriors. And yo, like what a game. That's all I can say. I'm really like speechless. Like I don't even have any awesome adjectives to like go off of. Like it was just what an incredible game. Just a freaking phenomenal game. And I'm smiling from ear to ear the entire fourth quarter. I was smiling from ear to ear before the game even started, just thinking about the potential fireworks that we could get. And the fourth quarter was all of that. Like, oh my goodness, man. Like De'Aaron Fox and like this Kings team that scores points at will. I had a feeling that everyone's picking the Warriors. Everybody's picking the Warriors. I'm like I get it. Okay, I get it. Like the experience, we've seen the Warriors do this forever. I get it. You know, they can turn it up on defense when they want to. They shoot threes out like the lights out. We know this. But like if you want to beat the Warriors, you have to score points. You can't just be like this solid defensive team. Like no. You got to score points. And if anybody in the league can score points, it's the Sacramento team. And I'm like, and for most of the game, they're right there with Golden State, score for score. It was close the entire game. There was a little moment in the third, I believe, when Golden State took like a 10-point lead, and they were kind of like steadily holding that 7 to 8 point lead. They got it to 10. But then the young Trojan, the young stud that we all need to recognize and understand that he is a true beast, De'Aaron Fox, he notices, I believe this is all in the third quarter, when Golden State start taking that 10-point lead or whatever. Fox notices, okay, Sabonis can't really get it going tonight, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Herter can't really get it going tonight either. Keegan Murray, I don't know where he is. Malik Monk's helping me out, but he's on the bench right now. I kind of need to take over here. And Fox, maybe like 4 or 5 straight possessions, he's just looking right at the rim. He's going to the rack over and over and over again. Like, I gotta keep these boys in this game. And he keeps them in it. And then we get to a stretch in the fourth where Steph comes out, right? And then there's a lot more misses. There's not as much movements with Golden State. And then you see, here we go again. 6 points, 4 points, 3 points. Game's tied. Kings got a lead. Oh, okay. Like it was. Oh my goodness, it was a sensational game. And De'Aaron Fox, man, I have nothing else to say. I know it's only game 1, but to do this in your first playoff game, that's pretty darn nuts. The man had 38. I think that's the second highest playoff debut scoring wise for anybody ever. The man was nuts. And we knew Fox was good. He's been clutch all year long. He's probably going to win that clutch player of the year award thing that they got going on now. He was sensational. He was trading buckets with Steph back and forth in the fourth quarter. That's another thing. Like, we got peak Stephen Curry in that fourth quarter too. Whether he was drilling a whole bunch of crazy threes like he always does, he hit one stupid three in the corner that was like I think the Kings were like scrambling around. They got the Warriors to like get kind of like funny with the ball. It ended up in Steph's hands, way in the tippy toe corner. Fox is back there. Steph just heaves it up, and of course, it hits the top of the arena, and of course it swishes because he is one of the greatest players ever. That's just what Steph does. Like, we watch a shot like that, we're not shocked, but we laugh because it's hilarious what Steph does to these boys out here. But he's spraying up. He's beating whoever he can to the rack and doing that little lefty finish that always goes in. It seems like Steph was incredible, and he desperately tried to put his knife into the Kings, but nah man, you need to. This is why I gave the Kings a real shot in this series. You need to be able to score points. You need to score a lot of points. I'm sorry. You need to score a lot of points if you want to beat this Kings team. You're going to have to score like 130 points every game. You can't have a bad shooting night and beat the Sacramento team. It's not happening. It's not happening. And speaking of bad shooting nights, that's where I'll get to Sabonis. Sabonis had a very tough time in this game. I think in the first quarter, he was pretty solid. I think he had like 8 points in the fourth. I'm like, okay. He grabbed all the rebounds. He rebounded his behind off today. I'll give him that. But down low, he tried. He really tried. There were points where they were playing like drop coverage. They were, those little handoff plays that the Kings love to do. Either Draymond or Looney, they just would drop and they'd sit in the paint because they know Sabonis doesn't really want to take long twos or anything like that. And you can see he was hesitant to do that. But it's like down low when Draymond and Looney, especially Looney. Shout out to Kevon Looney, who's just an awesome. Like, he's just a good player. He's just such a super solid player. He's been there forever. Shout out to Kevon Looney, but him and Draymond, they were giving Sabonis a lot of trouble down there, man. And he had a rough night. Kevin Huerter had a rough night as well. And those other guys like Huerter, like Murray, like Sabonis, they're not going to be bad every single game. And Sacramento still put up, 127 points or whatever stupid score they put up without even those guys even playing well. They got bailed out by De'Aaron Fox going crazy and Malik Monk as well, who is just tattoo microwave on his forehead because that man is nuts. Malik Monk is nuts. I don't have the adjectives to describe. He's just crazy. Drives, the threes. He's not afraid of nothing. Drawing fouls. Like, Malik Monk was crazy. Shout out to Wiggins too. He did miss a wide open three to save the game. It happens. I'm not gonna drill Wiggins for that, but because he was honestly incredible for the majority of the game. He really was. And right off the couch too. Like, the man hasn't played in like the last 2 months. He looked fine. Looked like he ain't missed a beat. Shout out to him. But yeah, just a phenomenal game. An unbelievable game, and I'm praying that the entire series is like this. And I think it will. Because again, Sacramento, defense isn't the most sustainable thing in the world. You know what is sustainable? Offense. Good offense. And the Kings have a lot of good offense. And so does Golden State. I expect Clay to, even though he did hit a big three in the fourth quarter as well, a couple, I think. I expect him to shoot a little better than he did tonight. Jordan Poole was in his bag in the first half, and then after that weird collision with Davion Mitchell, he kind of just faded out. Let me see, who else was cooking? Oh, shout out to Trey Lyles as well. He was pretty huge. Not for Golden State, but for the Kings. knocking down some big shots when they desperately needed it. Because again, Keegan Murray nowhere to be seen. That's kind of disappointing. Hopefully he's back. Herder was missing a ton of shots. Sabonis, like I said. But yeah, man, just an unreal game. And game 2, I believe, is probably going to be on Monday. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And I'm smiling from ear to ear because I love incredible games, and I know y'all do too. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Fox is unbelievable. I believe Sabonis will bounce back. I believe Herder will bounce back as well. Yeah, a lot of matchup switching. I was hoping Fox played the entire. One more thing, Fox played like close to the entire second half because they needed it. And I did see him guarding Steph a lot. If that continues, I'm not sure if I love Sacramento's chances, just because you desperately need Fox's offense. And if he has to chase Steph around for 50% of the game, he's going to be spent, and he's not going to be as clutch as he was at the end as he was tonight. So, I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing to keep an eye on. It's because nobody else could guard Steph. And, like, Fox is the only one who's got the athleticism to stay in front of him. You know what I mean? Davion does too, but, there's offensive limitations with Davion. So that's just something to keep an eye on. But Warriors Kings, it was incredible. So good of a game that I had to record it. That's the beauty of Playoff Don's YouTube channel. But that's going to be it for me. Just wanted to talk about that. But yeah, keep your eyes on these playoffs. I know I certainly will be. And if we get another banger tomorrow, I'll record right after that and I'll talk about it. And yeah, maybe if you missed it or anything, I'll just explain the majority of it here. But yeah, Kings take a 1-0 lead. I like their chances. And yeah, shout out to Steph. And that'll be all for me. Peace out, y'all.